Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. We're turning our focus now to football. Jamaica's reigning Premier League champions, Cavalier, will be seeking to add another trophy to their cabinet before the year ends. They will do battle with Cibao FC, Dominican Republic League champions, for the 2024 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. The final will be played over 2 legs on Tuesday, November 26 inside Jamaica's National Stadium, with the second leg a week later at Cibao FC Stadium on December 3. Cavalier will be looking for redemption of sorts, having lost the 2023 final to Suriname's Robin Hood. Their technical director, Rudolph Speed, joins us in studio to talk all things Cavalier. Welcome to the SportsMax Zone, Mr. Speed. First time I'm actually interviewing you.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, so good to have you here. Good to have you in studio. And you know, Cavalier has been doing really well. I mean, the team, the different players speaks volumes. You are the defending JPL champions. But let's talk about this CONCACAF competition first, because, I mean, how are preparations going for that one?
Our good. Except that we're a little bit tired because of the amount of games we keep on playing in a short space of time. But we have about 5 days to recover, and we're using it well.
Yeah, and Cibao FC, what are your thoughts on that team as you prepare?
Oh, they're a really good team. Only 4 players in the starting 11 is actually from Dominican Republic. They have players from Argentina, Colombia, Uruguay. They are rich in talent. Their technique is very good. So we know that it's going to be a ding-dong battle between us and them.
Yeah, you speak about being tired, right? And I think we saw that because you all lost to Racing United in the JPL. And many people are like, well, Cavalier are the defending champions. They were unbeaten all season before that loss. How are you as, of course, you do some coaching with the team, because sometimes I see they refer to you as head coach, technical director, all different type of roles. How are you working on managing the workload of these players to ensure that you get the best of them against Cibao?
Yeah, well, we give them 2 days off because we realize that they need not just the recovery sessions, but actual time off. So we'll pick it up on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we're going to go through light sessions. But there was other issues too, like we had some injuries in the camp, and we'd have taken care of those before the match against Cibao. So we'll be at full strength, and that, I think, once we're at full strength, we'll be good.
I saw somebody interviewing you about Richard King, asking about that. Is he injured, or was it really just some cramps?
It's cramps. He actually didn't rehydrate very well. And, you know, flying over a distance the night before coming in and want to play. So we had to take him off before the end of the game. Dwayne Atkinson was struggling too. Our 2 best players were struggling, but I think they'll be ready for the Tuesday game. And
on a side story, King must have mightily impressed you against the USA on Monday night. He was that outstanding, wasn't he? Yeah, but it's not anything that we didn't think that he could do. He just always wanted a chance, and he got it and grabbed it with both hands. Remember, in the World Cup qualifiers in June, he was also good. Yes. So every time they have given him an opportunity to play, he has put his best foot forward. I just think that they should have more faith in him, but, you know, I can't say anything. But you just did. No, one of the most pleasurable things, though, to be fair, or to be really truthful about the situation, is that it's pleasurable to see local-based players getting an international opportunity and shining, because there's a general feeling that our local-based players aren't good enough to represent the Reggae Boys in a way that could take the team to the World Cup. But players like King would belie that narrative, because he obviously is a high-quality player, and probably, well, you may not want that, but probably he shouldn't be playing in Jamaica.
No, he shouldn't be. Yes. I agree with you 100%, and I'm happy for him if he leaves tomorrow morning to go overseas. Of course, I'll be a little richer too, but I really would be happy for him, because I think he's a top-draw defender. He's calm, cool, collected. His passing is better than most midfielders that we have representing Jamaica. So I really want him
Even though he's not a midfielder per se.
Yeah.
Really getting back to the assignment against Cibao FC, for several years now, the #1 team in the Dominican Republic. Moca FC are a top-flight team in the DR as well, but you beat them 7-0 in the second leg of your semi-final, and they are I think, within 4 points of Cibao FC in the Dominican League at the moment. Not that that means a lot in the scheme of things, but that must have been a satisfying semi-final win for you against a team from the country that produces the team you'll play in the final.
Yes, but every game is different. The truth is, Moca, I think, fell into a trap that was well laid, and they couldn't do anything about it. So Cibao is going to be a whole different game. They are going to be more prepared. I think their players are technically better. Moca, as we saw from the first game, we saw some things we could exploit, and we did ruthlessly exploit those things. Different game. Cibao also is a more professional team. The owner actually owns a airport, hospitals, everything. They have it all.
Yes.
And they have really good players. So it will be a different game, and they play different too. So all of those combined, but I think we should have enough firepower to get the better.
Yeah, obviously Cavalier in top form domestically, only suffered your first loss yesterday for the season. So you were undefeated, the only undefeated team up to that point, even though your performance didn't appear to impress Veer coach Craig Butler, who thought that Cavalier isn't that hot.
Well, he's not Veer coach, so.
Well, he's the technical director.
I only know if Len retired,
but he's a Veer person, and he spoke post-match.
No comment, really.
Yeah, I didn't think he would comment much anyway, but I just wanted to put that there.
A lot of other people are impressed.
Yeah.
With Cavalier.
Are you impressed?
With Cavalier? Yeah, for the team that have the smallest budget, the youngest professional team in the world, Caribbean Cup Championship round twice in a row, anybody would be.
There's something you said earlier, Mr. Speed, relating to Richard King, that he didn't rehydrate properly, and that maybe caused the cramps. And right away, it took me back to about 2010. There's a Jamaican athlete, Jermaine Gonzalez, who had a lot of injury issues over the years, and when he finally broke through, and he did an interview, and he was asked what was different, and he said, well, I'm just rehydrating better this year, and that has helped to keep the injuries away. Are these things that the players are spoken to about in terms of understanding how to deal with, so that they can minimize the chances of getting cramps, severe cramps, and in some cases injured?
We don't have the expertise yet in Jamaica, sadly. It's something that we're working on, how to rehydrate players properly. But we're getting there, but we're not there yet. We should have made sure before he went on the field that he was. I don't think we did. So, but we are, once it happened, we understand what we need to do, and we get the required knowledge, and we'll be better next time with rehydration for all the players.
Yeah. When you say we are not there yet, where would you say we are in comparison to where we need to be?
Well, for instance, why there's local players now, as Lance asked a question, who will be able to better acquit themselves at the international level, is because 2 years ago, we only had coaches at the C and the D license level. Now we have coaches at the A license level. So education is very important, and we're just trying to build capacity with education in all fields, physio, goalkeeping, coaching, everything. So Jamaica is on a curve right now, really a good curve, because we have 3 persons doing their pro license next year. So it will take some time for us to get there, but we're working, that's one of the main jobs at the JFF Technical Committee, to build this capacity, and we're working on it.
Yeah. The Caribbean Cup final, so often, no matter what the competition is, even if you have two-legged playoffs all the way up, once you get to the final, it's a one-off match. This one is over 2 legs. Do you prefer it this way, or would you have preferred the one-off encounter, or does it not matter to Rodolph Speed?
Right, I try not to make rules matter to me and just play the
head of the technical committee?
Yeah, but it's not our rule.
Okay.
CONCACAF rules. I just play whatever I get. It's really a good policy to have. That's the way we train the players from they are young, and that is why they have this winning mentality. As you know, we have gone to 6 finals last year, only won 1, and then we also won the under-17 title for Jamaica. So it's something that we try to stay away from. We just adapt the rules and work with it.
Yeah, two quick ones from it. The fact that you've been to so many finals, of course, you won the Jamaica Premier League last season. That was earlier this year. But as you just pointed out, you've been to a lot of finals and you haven't been able to get across the line. Within the psyche of the unit, the club, does that put added pressure, or do you more look at those as learning experience and you think to yourself, well, no, we're in a better position to do better in these big moments?
Well, we have won the last two, though.
So you are in a better position.
Yeah.
And we're going for the hat-trick.
Okay. One final one, because apparently we're out of time.
Yes.
This one is not Cavalier, but were you disappointed with the USA result in the Nations League?
Yeah, I thought, well, we're ranked 61, USA is ranked 18, and they are much better organized, better name players than us. I'm disappointed in the gap that showed up. The gap is just too far at this point in time. I thought we were nearer, so that is where my disappointment is.
But what can we do to bridge that gap, as you see?
Lots of stuff, but it will take a whole show next time.
Yeah. Well, our producer has just said we still have a few more minutes left,
okay.
so let's so you can just say anything further that you would want to say on that question, and then we quickly just go back to your Caribbean Cup final.
So I thought we rushed the game too much. We tried to get back the one goal too early. If you look at the psyche of teams, if we went into the half 0-0, then US probably would be saying, you know what, let us protect this one and kind of probably pull back one or two players. So I thought we shouldn't have rushed because it's really a superior team to us. It's not like it's a team that we know, oh, they were lucky the first leg. Yes. So I thought that was a mistake on our part. But when you look at some of the goals that were scored, they are just basic tactical. Look at this one. The player who scored the goal was 10 meters in front of the right back. He should have been in and tucked in to save that one. The fourth goal was the same. Awful defending that I would be ashamed of a schoolboy team if they did something like that.
Oh. Do you think, and you know what, I have to be very careful how I ask this question. The errors that you saw, how difficult do you think those would be to correct? Are they personnel errors? Are they tactical errors?
Technical errors too.
Things that some training sessions couldn't fix. I think that's kind of what...
Yeah, it could be fixed. If you look on the fourth goal, it's a similar goal. Everybody was on one side, and we always teach that, defending, you need balance, everything with depth. That wasn't evident in some of those goals. The USA made a tactical tweak in putting Pulisic at number 10 instead of number 9, and then he just ran riot. Nobody was picking him up. There's some things that I would have hoped that we picked up early and dealt with. That didn't happen.
Yeah. From what you saw, do you now become concerned about the World Cup qualifying campaign, or do you
That's
think...
the fourth goal, look.
Yeah.
See? Right.
He was all alone.
Where was the right back? He's supposed to have that one. By the time he controlled it, it should have been on him. So those were glaring. No, I'm not concerned about the World Cup qualifier. We still have some time. The match will be June next year, so we still have some time. Once we recognize where the gap is, I think it's easier for us to deal with.
Yeah. One of the things that people would be looking at too is the matchup of the coaches, and we had a discussion here on the show on reviewing the match. And there was some discussion about how good Pochettino is as a coach. How highly do you regard him?
Well, I have a mantra. If private sector buy, you're good. Anything private sector buy usually is good. The best Gulf Stream, all of those things. So sometimes it's what you can afford. But as you can see, he has been a coach who has been high demand all over the world. That means he's really good. And our coach is also in demand, not the same. But with better players, then it's easier, and I think that was what played out there. But I'm still disappointed in the gap. I thought it is too wide at this moment.
Yeah, because the USA isn't globally highly respected as a football powerhouse. I find I've had discussions many times with my Caribbean friends. I find people very disrespectful of the USA's quality. It's like they're not a football country, so they aren't good. But the fact is that they are organized,
yes, and
they play well.
And they have a lot of resource.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have so when we quarrel about carrying 12 people, they have about 30-odd person that works with their team. Almost every player have a coach.
Yeah.
That's the big difference between us and them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was one previous meeting, just to wrap, between Cibao and Cavalier.
Yeah.
2022?
Yes, and they 3-3.
3-3.
That time we had like 8 players had COVID. We went with 20 players. Yeah. Eventually we were down to 14 on match day because of COVID. We were down to like 2 staff, me and Everdeen alone. The rest of the staff went down with COVID.
Yes.
And we actually was leading them 3-1. Then we got a red card and they came back 3-3. So we have some history.
We have some history.
How critical would it be for you to win this first leg, and even from a mental standpoint, what's the approach going to be like?
I think we can beat them on both legs, but definitely because it's an away goal rule, we have to be careful not allowing them to score here.
Right.
So once we score, the pressure is on them. But this is a very important match. The winner of this match will be the #1 team in the Caribbean by ranking. Also, our league will jump ahead of their league in rankings too.
Good.
If we are able to win it. So it's really a Jamaican effort. It's riding on us, and we have to take it to.
Yeah. And one more quick one I wanted to get an understanding of, because you think about the European Champions League and the benefits of teams in Europe playing at that level, the financial benefits, the visibility, and so on. As it relates to the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup and ultimately the next level, what are the benefits for a club like Cavalier?
Tremendous. It has really put us on our feet. You could earn up to 500 and you could earn up to about $700,000 if you won the title.
Wow.
That's the Caribbean Cup.
Yeah, it's
Brilliant.
really good for us if we're able to win it.
Yeah. Well.
Not just winning, plus participation money.
And so this is like a significant, when you sit down at the start of the season, you go, this is a competition we want to be in.
We must be in, yes.
Yeah.
And pass and go to the semi-final. Because if you don't reach there, then you don't earn a lot.
Yeah, well, we have to tell the Jamaican football-loving fans to come out and support at home.
Definitely.
Because Cavalier will need this support. It starts
8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday
Well,
night.
want to thank you so much for stopping by at our studio. Best of luck, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, Rudolph Speed there, of course, technical director at Cavalier FC. Break time.